Looks like a nice day. I think I'll go to Brazil. How many degrees of latitude? 0. I'm at the equator. I've never crossed the equator by land before. That's not something you do every day. Unless you live over there, then you probably do. After a ferry trip from Manaus, the BR-319 travels about 890 kilometres, around half of which is unsealed, southwest to Porto Velho. There's a clear line where the dark waters of the aptly named Rio Negro meet the milk coffee coloured Amazon. It's pretty cool to see. Amazon River. That's exciting.
Well, this is the start of the BR-319 and the road to Carreira, which is the last town before a sort of longish stint down to Humainto, I think the name of the town is. Humainto.
I fueled up at Carreiro and...
Well, I was just about to set off and a little shower came through. And so it begins.
Thankfully, the sky began to clear, and it looked like the track had missed most of the big downpour.
Yeah, I can imagine this section would be pretty iffy during the wet season.
Found myself this great camp spot last night.
This is probably one of the worst sections I've been on so far, and even it's not too bad. All things considered, it's still a pretty nice piece of road.
When I first got the Tenere, I ummed and ahed about getting a larger primary tank, fuel tank for it, like a safari tank or something, or getting a secondary tank that you put on the back there somewhere and rig all that up so you've got a little bit of extra range. You know, I'm a simple bloke. I like to keep things pretty simple. So instead of going for a in inverted commas permanent larger capacity, I decided on these. So I've got no affiliation with Desert Fox at all, but I've got to say these fuel bladders have been great, and they've really helped me out a couple of times. I haven't really needed them very often, but when you do need them, you need them. I'm not worried about a flash fire. I'm just keeping the sun off my face.
So coming out the sort of southern end of the B319 now, and you can see the beginnings of cattle properties.
So did the BR-319 live up to its fearsome reputation? Well, not really. But am I disappointed? Absolutely not. I had a really enjoyable ride. I've ridden through the Amazon rainforest, so I've got no complaints. It was great, really good. And I'm sure it would have been a completely different story if it had been in the middle of the wet season and rain everywhere and churned up mud. The BR-319 continues down to Porto Velho, another 290 kilometres, most of which is sealed. Not a very pretty spot, but I just wanted to get off the road and have some lunch. I didn't realise there were so many wasps. I was just minding my own business and one of them came down and bloody well stung me. Right there on the jaw. Jeez, it bloody hurt too. Felt like I've been punched in the face. That is one enormous wasp nest. Looks like something out of From Dusk Till Dawn. Oh, geez, I'm getting out of here. Fuck yeah. Looks like this bloke's trying to eat my glove. Look at that, he literally ate the tag. I think it's time for me to leave. Fearing I would be stung to incapacitation by the wasps and then eaten by the grasshoppers, I took off for the last stint to Porto Velho, where I plan to rest up for a couple of days.